Hey guys, Jeremy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at this water pump, and we're going to take a look at it inside the garage before taking it outside. Now, they sent this to me at no charge for this review, and in this review, what they've asked me to do is to use it externally to pump a water source to another water source. So typically, you're going to use these in your camper or your RV as your water pump to pump out of your tank to the faucet. However, again, we're going to be using this outside, and we're actually going to be using it to pump a swimming pool at the end of the season out into the pasture. So this is what the water pump looks like. It does have rubber feet so that it doesn't make a lot of noise with vibration when it's running. Now, the thing about this particular water pump is that it is 110 powered. A lot of these water pumps that you're going to use in your RV or your camper, you're going to wire it right into the switch. This one, you're just going to plug in. And so what they give you is a lot of different attachments here. Now, these are 1/2-inch connections here. You're going to have an in and you're going to have an out. So this is going to pump from your tank out to the faucet, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, most water lines are going to be your 1/2-inch water line, and that's what we have here. And it's just going to screw on to the in and then the out. So what I want to do is connect it to a garden hose, and they do also give you these brass fittings. So these are going to be your 3/4 inch fittings for your typical garden hose. Now, they do have inside threads here, and they also have inside threads here. So you can use either end of your garden hose for that. And then they've also got this other adapter for the other side. This is going to be your outside threads, and then they do also have the inside threads. So these are 1/2-inch inside threads and 3/4 inch on the outside. So we can connect it right here to our pump, and we can put our garden hose right there. And then we can take the outside and we can use the 1/2-inch inside threads. And then we'll be able to connect a garden hose on this side, a male garden hose to the female side of this brass fitting. Now, if we did need to install a water filter, like if we was using it in the RV, we're just going to go ahead and connect it to the pump just like this, and then connect our water line here if we were doing this in the camper, and then, or here, if we wanted to connect it to a garden hose, we would just use that brass fitting just like that. But because we're just going to be pumping water, we don't need the filter. And so we'll go ahead and we'll put our brass fitting on, and then we'll get 2 different garden hoses connected here, and we'll get it going. Now, first I wanted to show you the volume of the pumps. Once it's plugged in, it's going to be powered on. There are no power switches on the device itself. And so it's going to have to be connected to a switch if you're going to use it in a camper or some other setting like that. But the way we're going to be using it today is just powered on at all times. So when I plug it in, now the reason it squeals like that is because it's dry. You don't want to pump it dry. That's going to ruin your bearings. And so once we get some water flowing through there, it should quiet that noise down. So let's get outside and show you how to do it. Okay, so I've got my water pump out here. I got my garden hoses connected. And I wanted to show you something here on this water pump. If you didn't know which way was in and which way was out, there are arrows on here. So this is going to be my inside, which means the pump is going to draw it out of the swimming pool, then out this hose here. So it says it'll do 5.5 gallons per minute. I had a lot of hose out here, so to be quite honest with you, I'm going to be really impressed if we hit some water coming out the end of that hose right there. So let's get this in the swim pool, and it is the end of the year. As I said, it's frozen, so we're just going to put that in there and see what we can do here. Okay, so I do want to show you that this is actually working, and I'm pretty impressed with it. So just stay right there at that hose. I want you to listen to it, because I'm going to let it suck dry for a little bit. Here's the hose that was in the swimming pool, and then we're going to hear it finish out these hoses here in just a second. There should be just a little bit of water left in them, and you'll hear it start sucking dry. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that back into the pool and listen to the pump. Okay, so you can hear now water is going back through the hoses and should be pumping out down here at the bottom. So what I really like about the idea of pumping the swimming pool is that I can take the water out of my yard and actually into the field. It's starting to come. Here it comes. This way, my ducks, my chickens, my dogs, and my cats, they don't get the chlorinated water that's coming from the swimming pool, and we can just take it on out into the field, which is a really good idea. It is just a little bit of a slower process, no doubt, but this keeps the water out of your yard, it keeps your chickens and your ducks healthy, and it's just going to get the job done. So if you're looking for an external pump, this one right here doing 5.5 gallons a minute, it does the job, and I think that you're going to be satisfied with it, whether it's on an outside external use or maybe you're using it in your RV or your camper.